On February 24, 2022, Russia launched a military attack against Ukraine. This unprovoked attack on an independent country has shattered the relative peace and stability that had existed in Europe since the end of the Cold War. The conflict has led to major changes in policies and large increases in defense spending among the member countries of the European Union, EU, and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, as they urgently respond to this growing security threat on their borders. Russia's actions are rooted in its long history of wanting to expand its territory and create security buffers. This reflects the major challenges European countries have faced for centuries in protecting themselves against potential invasions from their powerful eastern neighbor. The analysis looks at the possible reasons behind Russia's aggressive actions under Vladimir Putin and the widespread concerns about its apparent goals of regaining control over the region. After Russia invaded Ukraine, European countries have taken strong steps to boost their military capabilities and spending. Germany, long limited by its post-World War II reluctance to use military force, made the historic decision to allocate a significant amount for defense in 2022, more than doubling its initial plans. Other NATO member states across Europe, such as France, the United Kingdom, Romania, Croatia, Poland, and Greece, have also made increased military commitments. Even traditionally neutral countries like Finland and Sweden have dramatically changed their stance, expressing clear support for Ukraine by providing military aid and rapidly increasing their defense budgets. There has also been growing public support in these countries for abandoning their non-aligned status and joining NATO as a way to deter potential future Russian aggression. The historical roots of Russia's territorial expansion and militarism can be traced back over 1,000 years to the conquests of Viking Prince Oleg and the establishment of the Kievan Rus. Subsequent Russian rulers, through the Tsarist era, the Soviet period, and under leaders like Joseph Stalin, embraced the goal of controlling territory and creating security buffer zones to protect the country against invasion. Vladimir Putin has made restoring Russia to its former great power status a core part of his authoritarian rule. To this end, he has significantly increased military spending and prioritized a national security doctrine and expansionist foreign policy. This has raised deep concerns among independent-minded European countries that still remember the days of Soviet domination. Critics argue that despite its propaganda and nuclear threats, modern Russia's aging conventional military capabilities are relatively limited compared to the combined economic and technological power of NATO forces. Its ability to effectively project force and occupy territories, especially in the face of strong resistance as seen in Ukraine, may be insufficient to fundamentally change the boundaries and security structure of Europe. The deep concern surrounding Russia's recent aggressive actions in Ukraine stems from the weight of historical context, uncertainty about the Kremlin's long-term goals, and the potentially disastrous consequences for the entire European security order. The high stakes involved have led to an unmistakable increase in military buildup across the European continent as countries work to strengthen their defenses against the perceived resurgent Russian threat. Russia's unprovoked 2022 invasion of Ukraine has proven to be a strategic disaster for Moscow. The war has severely damaged Russia's military, economy, and global standing. The attack prompted a dramatic shift in European security, with traditionally neutral countries joining NATO and nations boosting defense spending. This represents a major geopolitical setback for Russia, facing a more unified, militarily strengthened Europe. Despite propaganda and threats, Russia's aging forces appear ill-equipped to effectively occupy Ukraine amid fierce resistance, casting doubt on Moscow's ability to alter the European security landscape by force. Even if the war ends favorably, Ukraine will remain sovereign, undermining the Kremlin's goal of restoring imperial dominance. The conflict has been a strategic disaster for Russia with far-reaching consequences.